So the Iran war supposedly ended yesterday, although there's more questions than answers about that. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. We still don't know the full context of everything going on though. But look at this. 45,000 Canadian. I'm gonna fact check this first. In Canada, total consumer insolvencies reached 140,500 almost in 2025. Actual bankruptcies only made up about 33,500 of that. The vast majority were consumer proposals. National estimates have long cited that between 235,000 and 300,000 Canadians experience homelessness in a given year. The actual fact is that it's 35,000 to 60,000. Oh, that's on any given night. Okay. The phrasing is very odd. It's like the fact, the nuance. So there actually is 235,000 to 300,000 yearly homeless people in Canada. On any given night, 35,000 to 60,000. Unemployment rate at 6.5%. Roughly 1.3 million. 2.2 million rely on the food bank. Accurate. Hunger Count 2025 report. A lot of that's children, by the way. So over the course of medically assisted induced deaths use, it has now surpassed the total death toll of Canadians in World War II. And a lot of that concern is to do with social and financial reasons as incentive for proceeding with MAID, medically assisted induced death. Highest emigration since 1967. Mixed credibility. It's true that 2024-2025 saw some of the highest annual emigration levels since the late 60s. 106,000 to 120,000 per year. 5.5 million is a common estimate for the total number of Canadian citizens living abroad globally, not a count of people who just left. So here's a good summary table with all the facts. Again, I think the World Economic Forum wants to keep jobs seen as a good thing and keep AI seen as a bad thing for a particular reason, the inherent end goal of AI, which is good, even if it's not being used good right now, even if it's used in an exploitative and minimalistic manner right now, doesn't mean it couldn't be used for good. I think that a lot of crazy shit in the world happening is a direct result of what Epstein, Gates, all these people, Trump, everybody in the Epstein files, and all of the stuff connected to that is part of the reason. This is a multifaceted issue, but I think they're doing mass immigration in a shitty way while making people think that they're doing a good thing for themselves and those supposedly being helped. It's all one big psyop to make it a humanitarian issue, compromising both humanitarian aid and scientific advancement, all for intentional division for politics. If we can't have honest politics, we can't have politics. If we can't have politics, we can't have a system. If we can't have a system, we don't have an Earth. That's how it should be said. And so...
Then mark my words, we will fight you with everything we have, because you are the enemy of national renewal.
Imagine being so ignorant you accidentally declare war on your own nation. Britain is fighting itself, I guess. Remember this.
True democracy is citizen-led. Politics needs an update. We demand a people's house. We demand a people's house. We are in crisis. We are in crisis. Our whole future is deafening.
He's dumbfounded. That's the worst thing you could do. make it personal when he was absolutely correct. They're in crisis. And this stubborn asshole is too stuck up to admit it.
All right, here's the keys to your zero-bed, zero-bath apartment.
Oh, at last, true American freedom! So, I did a thing. Anyway, I'm signing a new bill into law called the Fuck You, Eat Shit, and Die Bill.
Now back to Canada. If I Google, Canada has a high concentration of the world's most severely unaffordable housing markets, with several cities ranking consistently in the top 10 least affordable globally, often represents 20% or more of the specific top-tier list. We should be taking notes from Italy, Poland, and Florida. Looking at all this. Yeah, absolutely. And then a gun buyback program in Ottawa that failed. And this Gary Andesangria was in denial about it. So it failed. Declaration for more than 22,000 weapons. And its cost in Nova Scotia was the site of the Cape Breton pilot. It cost taxpayers $150,000 in admin fees to collect only 25 guns. That is $6,000 per gun in overhead alone before paying the owners a single cent. Quebec is the only province that signed a specific coordination agreement, receiving $12.4 million in federal funds to help run the program. This is a direct transfer of federal tax dollars into provincial administrative office. Summary for the non-gun owner. While you don't own the hardware, you are currently paying an estimated $5,000 to $6,000 in processing fees for every rifle the government collects. Critics call this robbery because the money is being spent on bureaucracy and administrative portals rather than direct frontline services or even the actual compensation to the owners. The money could do a lot of other good. It didn't achieve its intended outcome. It wasted taxpayer money. There are a few provinces that don't partake in this fuckery, but few.
Terrorists are living in houses like this while
Let's
many
look at this.
Americans can't afford rent. So they went and they obviously stormed these two guys' houses, and this is one of the houses. This is a $1.7 million basically mansion. I mean, this house is gigantic. This is a huge house.
Good morning. On Saturday, a protest was held outside Gracie Mansion, where I live with my wife, Rama. Neither of us were home at the time. This was a vile protest rooted in white supremacy entitled Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City. I'm the first Muslim
And then
mayor
somebody who was Islamic threw a bomb at them. But you're not going to mention that.
of our city.
And I think it's important that he mentions that he's the first Muslim mayor of the city. I think that it's very obvious that there is a certain...
This guy looked at his entire police force being pelted by snowballs that could contain anything in them, without any of them throwing any back by the public, and called it an organized snowball fight that he would not ban.
certain subset of Muslims that are in America and in Western countries that try to actively downplay any instance of bad behavior that Muslims do and then immediately play it off like it's something else or try to cry Islamophobia or some other variation of that. The most ironic and
There's a trickle-down effect from those at the top to create as many mistakes, confusion, and problems as possible, stemmed from other problems, to distract you away from what's really going on as billions of dollars are spent. Self-interest takes hold.
funniest thing about this is that we
It's all by design.
have a bigger issue with like radical Islam and this terrorism shit than countries in the Middle East do. They're worried about sending their people up to Europe because Europe has more radical people than they have, and they're the Muslim countries. So this entire idea that it's Islamophobic to go after these terrorist people is insane. And they're the Muslim countries. So this entire idea that it's Islamophobic to go after these terrorist people is insane.
Of New York City. I'm the first Muslim mayor of our city.
Yes.
Anti-Muslim bigotry is nothing new to me, nor is it anything new for the 1 million or so Muslim New Yorkers who know this city as our home.
So this is basically what happened, is that somebody did a protest, and then someone else threw a nail bomb into the protest while screaming Allahu Akbar, and they were inspired by ISIS, which is a Muslim terrorist group. And then the Muslim mayor comes up and he talks about how terrible it is that people don't like Muslims. Can you believe this? And also, if I take a step back, this isn't helping Muslims. It's not. It's just making everything worse. You don't lose anything by condemning people that are openly trying to throw bombs around and speaking in plain English about why they're doing it.
While I found this protest appalling, I will not waver in my belief that it should be allowed to happen.
He's defending terrorism? Yes.
Ours is a free society where the right to peaceful protest is sacred. It does not belong only to those we agree with. It belongs to everyone.
So you should have just started your speech like that. It would have been fine.
I will defend
I don't know about that.
that right every day that I am mayor, even when those protesting say things that I abhor. Let me also be clear about something else. New York City will never tolerate violence, whether from protests or counter-protests. Many of the counter-protesters met this display of bigotry peacefully, with a vision of a city that is welcoming to all.
Yeah.
I get the gist, but holy shit, man, that's fucking... Meanwhile, Florida?
With homicide. In Lee County, Florida, you deal poison, we're hunting you down.
Oh my God, holy.
All of these bins, fentanyl, 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 fentanyl. Inside, we've got 254 pills contained in 2 bags here.
This is Sheriff Marcino, the most OP sheriff in all of Florida, using social media to intimidate criminals from committing crimes and to let the good people of Lee County, Florida know the cops have their back.
We're bringing on the heat and cleaning the streets. Welcome to Operation Summer Sizzle.
After visiting countless soft on crime cities plagued with cops who have their back, we're committing crimes
contained in 2.
Someone dying, I'm going to charge you with homicide. In Lee County, if you deal fentanyl and it results in someone dying, I'm going to charge you with homicide. In Lee County, Florida, you deal poison, we're hunting you down.
Oh my God, holy.
All of these bins, fentanyl, 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 fentanyl. Inside, we've got 254 pills contained in 2 bags here.
This is Sheriff Marcino, the most OP sheriff in all of Florida, using social media to intimidate criminals from committing crimes and to let the good people of Lee County, Florida know the cops have their back.
We're bringing on the heat and cleaning the streets. Welcome to Operation Summer Sizzle.
After visiting countless soft on crime cities plagued with cops who have their hands tied and DAs who let criminals out the next day, what does a county that spends $250 million per year look like, and does it work?
A defenseless dog and its mouth.
Yeah, we saw that from New York the other year, like the subway shut down, like there was massive store theft, and then there was massive illegal sales and shit like that.
Duct tape closed, its paws duct taped together. And this oxygen stealer was a person of interest, but if I could, I would duct tape his mouth shut and his legs together. First door, Lee County, many more to come.
So I met up with Sheriff Marcino himself to figure out why they spend so much money, where it goes, and if it keeps people more safe.
Oh, this is your office.
This is sick.
And then does it make it a more positive place, and does it incentivize more business? Yes.
Oh, look at this. We will have law and order. That's your mantra.
We will. That's right.
That's seemingly a rare mantra these days.
Now, why is this important?
The Marcino Mansion right here.
I don't want to have to call people to get what's going on. So as you walk over, first and foremost, okay, calls for service. Today we're up to 972 calls. Yesterday, 1689. This week, 4289. This month, 50,284. This year, 261,879 calls.
Okay.
You can see we're running hard. But now you come over here. It shows all the precincts, 4th precinct, 5th precinct, 7th precinct, 300 plus cameras in Department of Transportation. I know what's going on right now, any place in this county. Aviation, if they're
Brody giving us a full sit-up tour.
up, whoever's working, I can click on their camera right now and I can watch their interaction.
Can I see it?
Live Google. This is a big deal. And I'm
What do
gonna
you mean
show
live Google?
So I'm going to show you right now. I can tell you where everybody is, what they're doing, and then I can also bring up, you know, any intersection I want in the county.
Okay.
Right now.
So you're bringing up live CCTV cameras right now?
Bringing up live cameras.
Wow. You have eyes and ears everywhere.
Everywhere. But I can go to any intersection and pull it up right now. So if there's a crash, if someone
Could
says we're in a
zoom in.
pursuit,
Wow, that's
whatever it might
a
be, it
neat
shows
software.
me right now. Plus, it shows me every single person working. The stars are where my deputies are. It tells me what they're doing, what they're on, what calls for service. It's important for me to have my finger on the pulse constantly.
Is a traffic stop right here?
So this is Deputy Austin, and right now I can see his body-worn camera. So it's as if we're
That's
on
insane.
scene. We got this county locked down.
This can't be cheap, but I imagine crime isn't cheap either. Does this save money overall by preventing people from doing crazy
So a
stuff?
couple things, right?
Yeah.
First, what's the cost of life? Is it $1? Is it $3 million? What's the cost of a life? For me, there's no cost to protect lives.
Okay.
Secondly, utilizing grants, utilizing drug money, forfeiture money, and plus utilizing our general fund and our budget. When you take drugs and guns off the streets, the crime rate goes down and the quality of life goes up. And Lee County
That's smart, yeah.
is really, leading the
And
Just uploaded the video of me getting arrested.
161,879 calls.
Okay.
It's important for me to have my finger
Can't be
He was elected.
of life.
Maybe setting all this up isn't easy, but once you have it all together, it kind of supports itself in a sense.
Is it $1? Is it $3 million? What's the cost of a life? For me, there's no cost to protect lives. Secondly, utilizing grants, utilizing drug money, forfeiture money, and plus utilizing our general fund and our budget. When you take drugs and guns off the streets, the crime rate goes down and the quality of life goes up. And Lee County is really, leading the way.
In fact, Sheriff Marcino claims that in 2020, when he was elected sheriff, he took Lee County from the 6th most unsafe city in America to the 3rd safest county in the nation when it comes to violent crime. While I can neither confirm nor deny that statistic, here's a graph of the violent crime in Lee County since 2020. At the very least, increased police presence with more boots on the ground, and Sheriff Marcino's social media conquest has seemed to communicate to criminals that if you commit a crime in Lee County, they will find and they will arrest you, which should deter them from acting a fool and committing crimes in Lee County. In addition to overall presence in the community, Lee County is taking innovative measures when it comes to incorporating new technology like this robot dog, Robbie.
This thing is amazing. It's replacing what could be a police officer going into the scene.
His name is...
A lot of people, this kind of tech has gotten old to them already. Not to me. I still think this is so fucking cool.
It's replacing what could be a police officer going into the scene.
His name is Robbie in our agency, Robbie the robot dog. And we use Robbie for a lot of different scenarios.
They named
throughout
it.
Our agency.
This thing looks like it could
It's
hunt
even
me
got
down
the
and murder.
blue and
Robbie
red.
for a lot of different scenarios.
It's got a blue and red rear light go
throughout
on. Maybe that's just
This thing
camera.
looks like it could hunt me down and murder me.
This dog is fun. This dog is a Boston Dynamics dog. There's over 10 cameras on this dog. There's a PTZ camera on top with a thermal. There's two-way mic, so we can talk.
Oh,
and
so
we
you can
talk
negotiate with people holding hostages, or
Yes, sir. Yeah. This dog can open doors. It can go upstairs.
Every school is being monitored as we speak. Like-minded people that want...
guard. Damn, that was crazy. That was like fireworks. The bomb. We're able to dispose of it after the case.
This is a good video. Go definitely watch. But yeah, the purpose of showing all these different events in places is to kind of solidify my earlier statement. I would rather be in Alberta than Nova Scotia. I'd rather be in Florida, Italy, or Poland than Alberta or Nova Scotia. I'd rather be... I used to include Netherlands in there, but they haven't been doing too good. They've been having some shit go on. Although I'd rather be in Nova Scotia than New York or another continent entirely, like the Middle East, with all the shit that's going on over there. There are select areas of the West where it's like, okay, let's put stupid people in power, let's create as much confusion and emotion-based reasoning as possible, let's create as many problems stemming into more problems. We're just gonna endlessly fuck shit up. I feel like a lot of these supposed marginalized groups, it's not based in objective reality, it's not relevant to the individual, it's inherently discriminatory or imbalanced or unfair, and serves the purpose of just creating more intentional division. And we know exactly where it's coming from. Select entities, people like Bill Gates, Larry Fink, the Rothschilds, Epstein. They flood places with improper immigration to create humanitarian issues. They divide as many select parts of the West as they can, because populations outside of the West blame the average 9-to-5 worker for the implications of the one on the many, when in reality, we aren't fortunate either in the West. Incompetent leadership is destroying us. And again, billions of dollars are being spent to make you look the other way. As you live day to day, sacrificing, accepting, pretending. This is how you end up on your deathbed with lots of regrets and lots of missed experiences. Becoming a human battery for the human machine. The more you trust in the process and relax yourself and pursue what others want you to pursue, the less you'll actually have in the end.
Yes. But if you
end up like these people. Even my own town. I tuned in last night to a live stream of the proceedings in my hometown. They didn't even do nothing. They just circled around the housing crisis. Like they were not even doing anything.
Welcome back to Slop Live. Today's Slopic, I honestly don't even know anymore. Today I scrolled past this video about 2 or 3 times of Jake Paul and Trump dancing. Now, as you can see, it looks pretty realistic, as AI is unfortunately getting to that level. I didn't really think much of it. And then later I saw this video where Jake Paul is speaking at a Trump rally.
To do their part, and God's got us, Trump's got us. God bless. Love you, Kentucky.
And then
that's an AI
after,
video,
Donald
Jesus.
Trump endorses him for president.
He's a hell of a fighter, too, by the way. And I just want to say, I'm going to make a prediction that you will be, in the not-too-distant future, running for political office. And you have my complete and total endorsement, okay?
That's AI. That's so bad.
Courage, smarts.
AI is getting pretty damn scary. That is what
I
I was
agree.
thinking until I found out that this actually happened. I just don't know how I can continue to be surprised. Some of the top replies, one with almost 200,000 likes, simply saying, "We all died, and this is hell." Another saying, "Guy who made it's everyday bro running for political office, and I'm supposed to take this country serious." And this one saying, "Dude, if I worked for The Onion, I'd be so mad right now." People also pointing out that Jake Paul was somehow sweating through his suit. Who knows, maybe Slop Live will get an endorsement next. Thanks. is sloppy behind.
Scammer to leader. And scammer. I can't believe that's real, bro. That's the last person's ego you want to stroke. Other than his brother. That's,
Hassan says, enjoy PTSD. Why would you do this? Does he want to get banned?
15 years out from Iraq, eat my balls. Do you even have your balls remaining? Or did a fucking IED explode them for you, dumbass? Shut the fuck up talking about Islam. You are an infinitely bigger terrorist than any random Muslim ever could be. Shut your bitch ass up.
Do we want to look at the terrorist attacks that have happened in Europe and America? We don't want to take that to the bank, do we? We don't want to look this up. Let's just take his word for it. Yeah.
Go enjoy your PTSD, asshole. Fuck you.
Why would you say this? You knew Frogan got in trouble for that. Why would you say this?
I have no pity at all for any soldiers. I
did the same thing, not expecting the same result.
hope you get PTSD.
Aha! So this was all a plan to steal my oats.
Who's to say he had PTSD either? How much do you want to bet he's gonna be banned on Sunday again? I don't know, man.
For like 1 day, 3 days.
Shut your bitch ass.
It's obvious that Islam has a problem with terrorism. Who am I getting this information from? Muslims. They're the ones that are worried about this in their own countries. This isn't like some kind of crazy, where is this opinion coming from? They think this.
Go enjoy your PTSD, asshole. You. Imagine having the audacity to be like, yeah, I went to Iraq, I went to Iraq, and it's actually
People mistake undesirable truth that invalidates them and makes them look bad for personal attack.
Islam. That's the biggest danger. You're a danger to your family.
He's a danger to his family? Wow, okay, I didn't know this. This is new.
And a danger to yourself.
Wow, he's getting really personal about this.
Law, that's getting clipped, Lamont. I don't give a dude. If you go to Iraq and you learn that lesson, you realize that that was wrong, you're welcome here. You come back from Iraq and you talk about how I hate Islam. Then you didn't learn anything. You're goddamn cattle.
You didn't learn anything. He was supposed to go to Iraq to learn about Islam. I thought he was supposed to go to Iraq to try to do whatever the military's mission was there. Like, I'm pretty sure Iraq isn't like a high school. What are we doing here?
Whatever, bitch. I'll start live streaming.
That's what everything is to these people. Just reputation. And that's it.
On YouTube tomorrow. Suck my dick. No, you're getting clipped.
I mean, to be fair, this is it's a bad clip. It is. Like, I think everybody can acknowledge, even he knows, another clip of Hassan, of another streamer on Twitch wishing PTSD on another American veteran.
The same people like Asmongold who...
So it is me. It is all about me, as usual. Okay, so yeah, I care about veterans. Of course I care about veterans. That's why I don't want to have our money go to Somalians, just so it can go to veterans.
Really? That's what we're doing?
Yeah.
If Twitch can apply this double standard, literally doesn't say a single...
Peak hypocrisy.
damn thing about that, but then turns around and tries to ban me for this shit? Fuck this.
So he's preemptively getting mad at something that hasn't even happened. He's like pre-malding.
This platform, I will never come back here.
Why? Like, what? Okay.
Y'all are a bunch of dumb bitches too for being like, oh, you're gonna get clipped.
I mean, to be fair, they were right.
Dumb motherfucker doesn't even realize his own lived experience.
Oh, that dude. This is fucking amazing. I don't watch every one of these videos, but I love to keep up with this saga, man. Oh, this is great. This saga is great.
Experiences should have taught him a very valuable lesson.
Maybe they did. Ever think of that? Maybe going up against ISIS and Al-Qaeda for like years is going to make somebody more negative towards Islam. It's a pretty reasonable expectation to have, right? It'll look pretty weird if he said that, like, you know, enjoy your PTSD. And it's like, you know, he doesn't get in trouble for that because they banned Frogan for the same thing. So, yeah, what a bad time for him. And really having a bad time. Very, very upset.
Shot my dog, I can't stand.
Gucci Marks generated this shit.
Yeah, shot my dog, I can't stop. Yeah, shot my dog until she drops. 2,000 volts straight in her top. cause my dog can't stay in her spot. Yeah. Shock, shock, shock. Got this remote on me like in my Glock. Shock, shock, shock. If Kaya tried to move, she had a love. Shock, shock, shock. She better know I don't give a fuck. Shock, shock. She's getting off her place, she's getting struck. Shock, shock, shock. Gotta stay in that little place for 8 hours. Shock, shock, shock. She getting up, I can't allow her. Shock, shock, she my Palestine, I got the power. Shock, shock, shock. I'm in my electric ivory tower. Shock, shock, shock. Why she act like such a baby? Shock, shock, shock. When I shock her, she go crazy. Shock, shock, shock. Making me look bad on the stream. Shock, shock, shock. Gonna hit her with my power beam. Shock, shock, shock. I don't know why that stupid dog just yelped. Shock, shock, shock. She should know better not to call for help. Shock, shock, shock. Cause you already know where my stream is. Shock, shock, shock. I do some shit that would get me banned. Shock, shock, shock. Don't you know how much money I spent? Shock, shock. That dog costs more than your mama rent. Shock, shock, shock. I got the most expensive breed. Shock, shock, shock. You know that's the one I need. Shock, shock, shock. That stupid dog is so spoiled. Shock, shock, shock. Yeah, one more time she getting boiled. Shock, shock, shock. Moving with my dog to China. Shock, shock, shock. I'll lead her up, goodbye to Kaya.
The end, bro, the ending is so uncanny though. So I heard, oh no.
Hasan Piker is one of America's most popular political commentators on the left,
There's no way, man.
especially amongst younger people.
He has to do that because affordability is a real issue.
He spends his days online, sharing his thoughts and opinions with millions of followers on Twitch, an interactive live streaming service. Commentator, interviewer, and sometimes reporter. And while Piker is not a household name in Canada, his views on topics like socialism, Zionism, and imperialism drew a crowd when he came to this country for the first time earlier this month. He delivered a talk at the University of British Columbia's Chan Center.
He's consistent with his politics, always sticking up for
Yeah, someone fact check that.
Marginalized folks. I think that he has
Fact check that as well.
a great worldview.
I'm not a minute into this video and I'm already being compelled to think that, a basic truth that appearance is actually indicative and evident of a lot.
Consistently stands up for trans people, queer community, minority groups.
His presence, though, not without controversy. Several Jewish groups have accused him of anti-Semitism, lobbied to have him barred from entering the country. Piker was in Vancouver as part of a speaker series on U.S. policy when we sat down with him. Some viewers have no idea what Twitch is, what streaming is, what you do for a living. So what do you do?
I do what conservative radio talk show hosts have done for years, but as a socialist.
And you are interacting with people the whole time. Explain that to me.
Yeah, so I try to have a dialogue with participants.
No, it's never going to be.
Bro, it's 2026 and the concept of streaming is a new thing? What? And if they wanted to explain what streaming is, they could have done it a lot more concise.
On Piker.
Party, they're never going to fracture.
So it's kind of
like they're building him up as this credible figure without any actual merit.
like if you ever wanted to yell at the television, at CBC, for example, yell at one of the anchors, hopefully not you, you could do that, and then the anchor would hear what you have to say and then sometimes even respond.
So you do this, live streaming, 8 hours a day, ideally, 7 days a week. What drives you?
I realized early on that I had this worldview that I felt like wasn't being addressed at all in mainstream outlets. So I thought, I'm just going to be the person that'll do it.
What is your worldview?
I'm a socialist, anti-imperialist, anti-fascist, anti-genocide, and yeah, that pretty much covers it.
Now, most people who are in the streaming space are right-wing voices.
They can't pray on the sidewalk outside an abortion.
All of our scientific institutions have been taken over by political activists.
Colleges and universities are run by leftists.
You are the opposite of that, and yet you are wildly popular. How do you explain that?
The reason why I think I'm popular is because I have a commonly held opinion that oftentimes doesn't get addressed in mainstream resources.
You spoke today to a UBC audience, sold out. You clearly resonate with some Canadians. Why do you think that is? You talk mostly about American politics.
I think everybody around the world, and especially people who in close proximity to the United States of America, like Canada, unfortunately, have to pay attention to American politics because
this is a good point.
When we sneeze in America, the rest of the world catches a cold.
You've been following, obviously, Canada-U.S. relations and how they seem to be headed south. Trump has introduced tariffs. He keeps talking about making Canada a 51st state. What do you make of that?
It's not surprising. Trump is very vulgar, and he's very vulgar.
Ignorance, incompetence, and intent are going to be worse than vulgarity or the truth 99% of the time. 99% of the time, if the intentions are good, reasoning still takes precedent over emotion. So because the CBC inherently is funded by taxpayers, that means that we paid for Hassan Piker to go on CBC. Oh, dude.
Vulgar in his imperialist ambitions. I don't know if Donald Trump will stop. He has been a little bit more restrained, if that's the proper way to analyze it in the aftermath of the Greenland debacle. But it almost feels like we just have to keep him distracted like a child.
What do you think of some of the rumblings from Alberta talking about how they want to separate?
I don't understand Albertan separatists at all. As someone who lives in America, you don't want to know what it looks like when you have no health care that's backed by the government at all. It's not great. It's interesting to see the same exact separatist movements being implemented in a Western country that's such a close ally to the United States of America, because this is what we have done for decades to Latin American countries, to countries in the Middle East, and now it almost feels like we're doing it haphazardly to one of our most loyal allies in the North.
There seems to be talking about how they want to separate.
I don't understand Albertan separatists at all. As someone who lives in America, you don't want to know what it looks like when you have no health care that's backed by the government at all.
Actually, free health care is what's least efficient right now for obvious reasons. Private health care is more successful. It's more expensive, though.
It's not great. It's interesting to see the same exact separatist movements being implemented in a Western country that's such a close ally to the United States of America, because this is what we have done for decades to Latin American countries, to countries in the Middle East, and now it almost feels like we're doing it haphazardly to one of our most loyal allies in the North.
There seems...
That's completely wrong. Canada been cooking its own goose.
Seems to be a crackdown on free speech happening in America right now.
Everywhere. WEF agenda.
Now we see student protests. We see what happened in Minneapolis. Jimmy Kimmel was taken off the air. Do you worry you could be next?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be honest.
I bet they won't show anything that would, paint him in remotely a bad light.
Honest, for purely selfish reasons. After Charlie Kirk was assassinated and the Republicans were screaming bloody murder, looking to come after every single media figure, I thought that I would be first to go.
You're a target because you say controversial things. You have a strong anti-Zionist stand. You've also been called anti-Semitic. In fact, the Center for Israel and Jewish Affairs wanted our government to block you from coming into this country. How do you feel about people saying you're anti-Semitic?
I think it's a horrible smear, especially because I've spent my professional media career combating anti-Semitism as an avowed anti-Zionist. People have the capacity to see right from wrong, and people do have the capacity to understand exactly what's going on in Gaza, and that gives me a little bit more courage that I am no longer as alone as I once was.
You also said after 9/11, America got what it deserved. Can you explain that?
The thing that I was talking about there was, of course, about blowback, a concept that where there's a much academic consensus around. America's designs in the Middle East inevitably led to a very violent reaction that is totally unjustifiable as far as the victims of it.
When you say things like this,
what is he saying?
They're obviously not premeditated. Do you regret saying them?
It's far worse if I get something wrong on a factual, and people do have the capacity to understand exactly what's going on.
Talking about making...
After Charlie Kirk was assassinated, countries in the Middle East, and now it almost feels like we're doing it haphazardly to one of our most loyal allies in the North.
There seems to be a crackdown on free speech happening in America right now. We see student protests here.
Thought that I would be first to go.
You're a target because you say controversial.
Wait. No, that's not.
Jimmy Kimmel.
You can't say certain things and expect to be treated professionally afterwards.
Was taken off the air. Do you worry you could be next?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be honest.
You're anti-Semitic.
And that gives me a little bit more courage that I am no longer as alone as I once was.
You also said after 9/11,
East,
meditated,
represented, or is not received positively by the broadest subsects of American society.
America, as you know, politically is very divided, and that polarization seems to be getting deeper and deeper. You have said you consider yourself to be a provocateur. So are you adding to the problem?
Maybe. Problem for the billionaire class, for sure. But I don't think I'm necessarily creating divisiveness, because my ultimate goal is to unite people on a class basis. Because many of the divisions that we experience in American society, whether it be racism, sexism, homophobia, intolerance of different sorts, I see that as a weapon that the capital-owning class wields against the working class.
When we look at that polarization, what is the path back to a shared understanding, or is there one?
Absolutely. Something that I stress always to people that might think that trans people or undocumented migrants are the reason why they're experiencing all this pain, this economic pain, this struggle, is that their bosses are not trans people. Their landlord is not an undocumented migrant. These are forces of capital that are playing a major role in their lives, and that they do have the capacity to organize tenant unions, for example, to try to make sure that they have a more just process. That kind of accountability and that initiation of taking power back is very inspiring for a lot of people.
As you look to the future of America, what does its relationship
This is so edited.
Look like with its neighbors, particularly with Canada?
Not very good, I'll be honest. I think that we are a parasitic force on the planet, if I'm being very critical. America has always been a dominant force around the planet, and we have been able to present our intervention as a necessary evil at times. I, of course, was always critical of American intervention, but I think now more and more people are coming to that conclusion as well, especially when they find their nations in the crosshairs of American adventurism.
What message would you have for Canada?
I was going to say Heated Rivalry was awesome.
Did you watch?
Yes, I did. It was great. What message do I have for Canada? As long as you confide in your fellow man and trust in your power, no world power can take over your country.
what happens when people, knowing what we know, that makes this watch all the more cringe.
Hello, Brooklyn. What a joy to be gathered here today with you all. And I want to thank the Brooklyn Community Pride Center for hosting us. Big round of applause. Since this space was founded in 2008, it has grown. This is your last chance for a reference check. You want to get it? I'm sorry, I have the mic.
Oh, dude, no. Be sure to check out my Discord server where you can chat about almost anything. Be sure to check out my TikTok where I post some political stuff, but mostly just funny stuff as well, and a little bit of both. Do subscribe. The goal is to be the most subscribed Vince on YouTube. My name means to conquer. You can help me do that. I hope this was a genuinely entertaining and enjoyable watch. Cheers.